What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. Today we got a fun song battle. We got a guess what battle. We got Nancy Wilson versus Lorrie Morgan, brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the patron link on the end screen. We could not do it without the patrons. I say that all the time, but it is absolutely true. And we'll start this thing off with Nancy Wilson's song, Guess Who I Saw Today, from the album Something Wonderful, all the way back in 1960, her second studio album. Now, I don't really know much at all about Nancy Wilson. Whenever you search Nancy Wilson, a lot of times the Wilson sister from Heart, right, and sister Nancy shows up. But Nancy Wilson was an American singer whose career spanned over 5 decades, from the mid-1950s until her retirement in the early 2010s. She was especially notable for her single, You Don't Know How Glad I Am, and her version of the standard, Guess Who I Saw Today. So look, one of her most well-known songs, Scott's bringing us. She recorded more than 70, that's 70 albums, and won 3 Grammy Awards. During her performing career, she was labeled as a singer of blues, jazz, R&B, pop, and soul. She was called the complete entertainer. The title she preferred, however, was song stylist. This song itself, Guess Who I Saw Today, is a popular jazz standard written by Murray Grand with lyrics by Elise Boyd. The song was originally composed for Leonard Sillman's Broadway musical review, New Faces of 1952, in which it was sung by June Carroll. All right, I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Scott.
You're so late getting home from the office. Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain. Can I fix you a quick martini? As a matter of fact, I'll have one with you. For to tell you the truth, I've had quite a day too. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I went in town to shop around for something new, and thought I'd stop and have a bite when I was through. I looked around for someplace near, and it occurred to me where I had parked the car. There was a most attractive French cafe and bar. It really wasn't very far. The waiter showed me to a dark, secluded corner, and as my eyes became accustomed to the gloom, I saw 2 people at the bar who were so in love that even I could spot it clear across the room. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I've never been so shocked before. I headed blindly through the door. They didn't see me passing through. Guess who I saw today? Guess who I saw today? Guess who I saw today? I saw you.
Wow, what a song. I know she didn't write it, but she made it come to life. What a fantastic vocal performance, arrangement, just a timeless song, right? When you hear it, it's timeless. It doesn't matter that it was in 1960. It was not going to matter if it's in 2060. This song is just, it's fantastic. And the story, man, you're living that story out. Now I will say this has never happened to me, but you could feel the angst in the guy. I guess maybe if you're a guy listening to this, you can feel it more, but like, she's painting this picture, and you start to figure out, she saw me. And at the very end, she does tell him. But at the start, the first verse is kind of what we call polite fiction, where you sort of just pretend like something didn't happen, even though both the people in the room know it did. So man, her voice is great. That was fantastic. Now we'll go to our second track in the battle, I Guess You Had to Be There by Lorie Morgan from the album Watch Me in 1992. Third single from the album, went to 14 on the country charts, written by John Robin and Barbara Cloyd. I don't know this song. I do know who Lorie Morgan is. She's decently big in the late 80s and early 90s in the country world, and was married to a guy named Keith Whitley who had died, and he's a very well thought of country artist. And I know she dated the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys at the time, Troy Aikman, for a little while, but I don't know this song.
Hello, honey. How was your day? Well, you sure in a good mood tonight. Oh, by the way, I was downtown this afternoon, and I saw the most amazing sight. Through the window of a small cafe, I saw a man and a woman holding hands, and they looked so in love it took my breath away. Can't you see it? Don't you understand? Well, I guess you had to be there. You really had to be there. Some things you just can't explain. It's just not the same. I guess you had to be there. I just stood there, my heart pounding. I couldn't move, all I could do was stare. I kept remembering when we used to look like that, two people with so much to share. They were talking and they were laughing, just like we used to do every day. Then he kissed her so tenderly. What's the matter? You don't have much to say. Well, I guess you had to be there. You really had to be there. Some things you just can't explain. It's just not the same. I guess you had to be there. And as I watched you with your new love,
Okay, I do know this song. I'm not going to digress into some long tangent, but I was a great music, like freak music person I was born in 1971, probably like 1978 to like 1991, freak, in popular music and all that stuff, knew everything. And then grunge came along. And look, if you're watching this, you might love grunge, especially if you're my age, but I hated grunge. I just did. I just got so repetitive. I mean, I care for it more now than I did then, but it just got like, you can only listen to so many 6 or 7 minute songs on repeat like that. And that's all there was on MTV and everywhere else. So I actually turned to country music, which is something I thought, when I was younger, I would never do. And so I actually know this song. The video was probably on CMT and stuff. So once I heard it, I mean, I didn't know it greatly, but I did know it. One of the striking things when it started to me was Lorrie's voice, because compared to Nancy's, it's not anywhere close. I'm like, wow, her voice is not good. But the longer it went on, I'm like, no, her voice is good. I was just trying to compare it to Nancy, but your ears when you listen to them back to back. So a good performance. The song is very similar. Very similar. He's coming home and she's saying she was in town, but she looked through the window. She wasn't in the cafe, and then by verse 5, she gets around to telling him, I hadn't seen you like that in years and there's nothing left for you here. But a really good song. And the longer it went on, the more I thought, man, I don't know. I thought I had a clear-cut winner of this battle. And I do. But Lorrie made it much harder than I thought she was going to, especially after the first minute of the song, because that song was really good. A perfectly matched battle. I mean, the song subject is basically identical, but I got to go with Nancy Wilson. Nancy was fantastic, but both really good choices. And there will be a song reaction to Nancy up on the channel. So just type her name up in the box above. If you don't see it, it'll be up soon. I don't know which one I'm going to put up first, but Scott brought a song reaction to her as well. But let me know who you think won down below. What else do you think I should check out from these artists? Shout out to Scott for bringing yet another great battle. And until next time, guys, I will see you.